Rose, I'm president of the Spokane Education Association, and I have to tell you, I am pleasantly shocked to see all of you here. This is really, really awesome. You're going to see some other people in the room. Spokane didn't know about WEA Eastern. There are people from the WEA Eastern Uniserve Council here also, from all different sorts of districts that surround us. So thank you for coming also. I'm not going to do most of the talking tonight. We have other people, but let's do some introductions real quick. We have Michelle
around. If you need extra materials because you don't have any, they're over here. Eastern packets are over there, and hopefully on your way out, make sure that Spokane, your building packet got picked up. There's plenty downstairs that are picked up. Anything else? Oh, and everybody should have 2 postcards. We're going to ask you to hand those in at the end of this meeting, and hopefully you'll fill them out. But we'll take.
So, what does it mean for healthcare to be taken over? So, the plans you have now, and I'm not sure what WEA Eastern plans are. I know the Spokane plans very well. We have WEA plans, we have group health, we have Primera, Plan 10, our Cadillac plan. Those would be gone. Literally gone. You would have 1, maybe 2 plans to choose from. We don't even know what the state healthcare takeover looks like. We don't know the cost. We don't know what the plans are. We don't know the benefits of the plan. We know nothing. Nothing has been set or determined about what these plans would look like. We just know that the plans we have, including the dental, including the vision, would be all gone. So I know I have some people here from our Employee Benefits Committee. Could you raise your hand? Okay, I see Diane, I know Bob's here. Every month we look over the plans and we try to do the best for our members to get the best prices, the best plans. We wouldn't have that job anymore because we wouldn't need to do it. Our plans wouldn't be there. They would literally
have to contribute. So it is actually asking our current employees to put more money in than they're already putting in, depending on the local and how much you bargained and what plans you have. But we know nothing at this point because it is
bones about this. This is a shot at our collective bargaining rights. It's the first shot over the bow. And we anticipate it coming in further years. And if we don't take a stance now, we're going to see worse come. So it's really important that we become really active and engaged in this fight.
So the blue sheet has the myths and the reality around the Senate bill. I'm not going to read it to you. You guys don't have those? Eastern? Not in the packet. Okay. There are extras over here, and we can make some more. Sally, we get some extras. And we've included this in your packet so that you can phone up on the bill. It's impossible because the legislature is supposed to be over March 8th. That's next week. The Senate has this in their hands right now. It will then go to the House or whatever they will come up with, and then it will come back to the Senate, and it will be a compromise bill. So we have a fast-moving train here that we're going to need people to help us out with, and the more pressure we can apply to the Senate, it will make the House not want to do anything either. The House actually has a bill that we like, that if they did the House bill, we'd be okay with. But right now, we've got to put the pressure on the Senate so that they don't, it makes them very uncomfortable. Patton's on Ways and Means for the Senate, and Brown is the leader of the Senate. So in the packet, you have a 10-minute meeting. We have the agenda for you. The agenda is yellow. Is it yellow for you guys too? It says, stop the state takeover of your insurance 10-minute building meeting agenda. Purple for Eastern. Thank you. So it goes through, explain why we're having the meeting. You'll want to brush up by reading the blue sheet or whatever else you can find. There's some information here. Explain the action that's needed. We're wanting you to get people in that meeting to phone, call, and email. They can't use school district email. They can't use school district phone, so they can pass the cell phone. This has to be before or after school or on duty-free lunch in the staff room.
If you think you're going to have a cap or a tooth crown, if you think you were going to do some type of surgery and say, oh, I'll keep it off till next year, You better start calling now, because you're going to be lined up. There are going to be an awful lot of teachers, there are going to be a lot of public employees across Eastern Washington, the state of Washington, that are going to be in the same boat, and these doctors' offices are going to be backed up. We've got one thing going for us on our side, and I hate to say this, but we do have one thing going for us on our side, and that is the insurance companies are ticked. We help fund insurance companies. This is going to be a hit for Primera, Blue Cross. This is going to be a huge hit for people like Group Health. So please, please, if that's one thing you can use to argue that point, get it across. It might motivate some people. Thanks.
I'm going to come back here and I'll come over here.
I'm Mike Cage. I'm from Bryant School. I have a question about the alternative proposal from the House. In dealing with politicians and dealing with anyone in politics, you know, it's great to complain, but it's awfully helpful to make your point if you have a counter proposal. Are there ideas we can borrow from the House that we could include in our
How much the state's putting in, we will pay every employee's health care benefits fully for that single person. We've got all sorts of things that have been bargained locally, and when you do it that way, it doesn't go. And you actually, I don't remember the pool size that it takes, but you're already big enough to take away all that myth around if you're bigger, it saves money. Yeah, life insurance, dental, all those things, if they could decide.
You have to pay it, it's 20% of the salary of $40,000 a year. I can't afford to lose 20% of my salary, how many do you get? That's what you gotta tell your people. 20% comes
a Guy Hershey teacher at Jefferson.
These two senators in the next 2 days have a meeting, a 10-minute meeting to get people to get on the phone and ask them questions. We don't have a point of these, but we're asking people to call and do something. We have some of them. Mary will help you if you guys need help.
Anyone touching left here will
On a different note, I think it's a law. They said they wanted I'm going to go find an answer.
Or please. I'm just getting.
Good job.